Hi, this is Miriam from GrannyKeto.com, and I'd like to do another short video today explaining another term that you may have heard in your Facebook groups or on YouTube or just have seen it in some writing, and that's OMAD, one meal a day. And I have views on it, but what I'm actually going to do is just tell you pros and cons, and with anything else, you can make your own decision. And that's really something that I decided to do with Granny Keto, is that if I could support it, some things are just crazy, but if I could support it, I would support it. And one meal a day has ups and downs. Let me tell you, first of all, the pros for this. It's a built-in intermittent fasting. Some people will just take one meal, let's say an hour, and they'll eat during that hour and they'll have their dinner and whatever they have, and that's it. And that's okay. That's intermittent fasting. Some people use OMAD in a window. So let's say they intermittent fast 18 hours and then eat for 6. It technically isn't one meal if you're not exactly grazing, but like some people will have an appetizer like a salad or a soup, and then maybe wait an hour and have their main meal, and then maybe top it off with a coffee and dessert. So that technically they see it as one meal, even though it's several hours. But the way that a lot of people do this is just their meal. They sit down and they eat for an hour and they enjoy it. So because it has built-in intermittent fasting, that would be the side where I would have to say, okay, if that's what you want to do, I'll support it. But there are other things to keep in mind before you do this. First of all, some people do this and they eat anything that they want in an hour. They could have a big tray of lasagna and ice cream for dessert and chocolate cake and whatever it is, and New England clam chowder for their appetizer. And this is okay if you're not metabolically damaged, and by that I mean is very severe insulin resistance, or you have type 2 diabetes, type 1 diabetes. I have to approach things differently, but I would put that in that category. If that's the case, you don't want to be eating all of this high carbohydrate food. If you are just a regular dieter and looking to lose weight, how many calories can you eat? So in that sense, combined with the intermittent fasting, it doesn't have much of an effect. But if you are doing keto and you're doing it because of, you want to bring down your insulin and you want to regulate hormones and you want to do other healthy things for your body, you can do the one meal a day, but keep it keto. And so if you are one of my clients, that is what I would suggest. I would say, okay, do your one meal a day, but keep it keto, because otherwise you're eating, even if you're keeping within certain calorie restrictions and you may lose weight, you don't want to be eating all of that inflammatory food, even if it's limited to one meal. But a few things I want you to keep in mind before you do OMAD is that each gram of carbohydrates has 4 calories, and so that is 80 calories. Okay, and then let's say you have 50 grams of protein, up to 80, up to 100, but let's just take 50. So 50 also has 4 calories a gram, so that's 200 calories. So that only gives you 280 calories. So that's a heck of a lot of fat that you're going to have to eat. Okay, if you eat 50 grams of fat, let's say you're doing 1-to-1, there's 9 calories in a gram of fat, so that gives you 450. Let's say you do a 3-to-1, so you triple your fat, that's 9, and that's 1350 calories. That's a lot of fat for one meal. It's maybe not a lot of fat for a day, but that's a lot of fat for your liver to get through, in your gallbladder and just your system in general. So in order to make sure that you're having enough calories and not under eating on keto, it's not so hard if you're not eating keto. I mean, you can eat, you know, 1,000 calories of lasagna noodles if that's what you're having for dinner. But if you're keeping it keto, it makes it a little bit difficult to get your calories that you need just for your functioning. So you want to make sure that you pick very nutrient dense foods. And also, I want to say something, if I haven't said it in another video, there's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate. So you can just eat meat and fat. Okay, you don't have to eat carbohydrates, but a lot of people who do one meal a day, who keep it keto, will make those carbohydrates a salad or a cream dressing or a cream soup or something like that, so that they do actually have their carbohydrates. So you can do one meal a day, but I want to tell you something, the other side of one meal a day, that threw me for a loop, is that I was reading about it. On a plane ride home. Okay, and I had a book written by a very intelligent OMAD proponent. Her name is Jen Stevens. She has a Facebook group. She has a couple of books out on it. But a lot of her people don't eat keto. They just eat the one meal a day. So I was reading about these, lasagna and ice cream and noodles and cream soups and desserts and crackers and bread and all this sort of stuff. All I wanted to do was binge. All I wanted to do was say, oh, maybe keto isn't for me. I'll just do one meal a day and I'll eat anything I want and I'll pig out and I'll eat. And I'll eat and I'll probably be sick because, I'll eat till I'm sick if I'm doing potato chips and bread and pasta and all of that sort of stuff. And I really kind of went crazy and I almost questioned my commitment to keto. And I spoke to my coach when I got home. She said, throw out the books. Well, I have them on Kindle. I didn't delete them. But the point is, I stopped dead in my tracks. I stopped reading about it. I could have done it with keto, and that would have been a safe option for me. But sometimes when you get onto these Facebook sites and people are posting pictures of their one meal a day, I'm telling you, if you are at all like I am, it might send you off onto the deep end. And then the other thing is that I could have said, okay, I'm going to do this keto, but I'm going to take it in a window. So I will have a salad and then maybe an hour later have my dinner and an hour later have some nuts and coffee and this. But then to me, that you might as just well call that intermittent fasting, giving yourself a 6 hour window or a 4 hour window. And I really believe for myself that I need to respect my hunger. And if I'm hungry, yes, I can put it off. I can say, okay, well, let me have some water or let me have a coffee or let me just get busy and I'll check again in an hour and see if I'm hungry. So I'm not saying you have to eat the second you're hungry, but if you're really stuck in a window like this, there's a lot of room for self-recrimination. Oh, my window wasn't until 5, but I couldn't wait, and I ate when I was 3, and then at 3 o'clock, and then I ate too much, and kill yourself there. Looks like I'm patting myself on the back, but I'm going, kill yourself there. A lot of people are very dedicated to it and very, very successful with it, and they don't have a problem. And if you find that, you're very, very busy and you run out the door and you don't think of dinner anyway, then look into this. This might be something where you would find a lot of support. But the other thing I want to say, especially about Jen Stevens, her Facebook page and her books, she is water only. I mean, if you're going to eat for 6 hours, you're going to eat for 4 hours, water only for 20 hours. That means no coffee with cream in the morning, not a diet soda if you drink a diet soda, or even water with lemon and no sweetener. I mean, nothing, just water. So I think that a lot of the reason why she has success on this group is that insulin is not spiked for 20 hours and then they eat. And then, it may take a little while, but it goes down again. But they have 20 hours of nothing but water. So to me, I waited, the lasagna and the tiramisu and the bread and this and this. It has nothing but water for 20 hours. And I have come out of a place where it's it's very difficult but very rewarding for me to eat normally, and that just got me crazy again. So for me it didn't work, but a lot of people are, maybe they're normal eaters, they're not metabolically damaged, and they're fine. They just need a little guidance, and this is just what they need to say, don't eat all day, just go home and enjoy dinner. So if you're going to do one meal a day, uh, be aware that if you're low spiking your insulin all day, okay, fat doesn't have a big response, but cream in the coffee and maybe artificial sweetener and then some lemon with water and your insulin is like this, okay, and then you go eat, is a lot different than your insulin. You can't even see my hand. Your insulin being non-existent and then going up and coming down again. So there's a lot of things to consider. Don't just say, oh, I'm going to eat one meal a day. Look into it. It is known as, if you see OMAD, OMAD, that's what it is, one meal a day. So, there's two sides of the story. It's not for me. It's not for me. I always say, you zig, I zag, we get along great. And if it's something you want to do as a coach, I can support you. I understand the mechanics of this and I know how it works. I can also guide you through pitfalls and all of that. But mostly, like with It Fits Your Macro and Lazy Keto and now this, I just wanted to tell you what all of these acronyms stand for. Anyway, please, if you've enjoyed this video and enjoyed other videos, I think it's down here, somewhere up there, you're going to see subscribe. Please subscribe. I try to do one video a week, and so there's always content. And I look forward to seeing you, meeting you, seeing the comments, and getting back in touch with you. All right, so until next time, I'll see you. And grannyketo.com, there's a nice freebie on the site. My Facebook page, please come. It's Granny Keto. And I look forward to meeting you. Okay, bye-bye.